Hey everyone, Jesse with Farming Seattle. Wanted to update kind of the elderberry progress from growing elderberry. Right now it's the middle of June almost, and you can see all of these have turned from white flowers like this to somewhat larger berries. And these things are just packed everywhere. There's clumps everywhere, smaller, bigger, depending on what time of the season, and we still have flowers going on. So this is going to be a good year for elderberries for sure. And then you also see that there's this new growth. So we have last year's growth, which is a darker color, and you can kind of see that, compared to this year's growth, which is green. So this is what you want to use for softwood cuttings. And so basically I'll take the whole stem, I'll cut right above this where it branches out, because right there is where the new leaves are going to go. So I'll cut it right there on each section. So you approximately got 12-inch sections of elderberries, and those usually root out pretty well. The hardwood cuttings, these are hardwood cuttings started over the winter. Some are growing a lot better than others, but they're all still green and they all have roots. So this one's a big one. I don't know if this was actually started from a hardwood cutting or maybe that was just an existing plant, but you can kind of see the difference between all of them. And this might have been an existing plant, but I mean, in one, just a couple months, it's already grown 3 feet. And this is another elderberry. You can see just how fast they grow this year. So this is at 5 feet already, and they'll easily grow 8 feet in a year. So like I said, going back to all the elderberry cuttings, 2 main methods of propagating new plants. You can stick these in lava rock, in a lava rock bed, and I have water pumping in here all the time. It'll raise this water level, and right there is the drain pipe. Once it hits a certain level, it's gonna start overflowing in the middle of that. There's a drain pipe, and then it'll actually suck the water all the way down to the very bottom. So that's one method of doing cuttings. Sometimes you'll get this, and it looks like it's almost rotting, and so we just toss that. And it could just be depending on how quickly the bed's draining or raising, multiple factors. So hopefully it doesn't kill all of my cuttings this year. I've already got a few that have rooted out in different beds. These are some ones that are about to root out, and let me show you an example of what it looks like. So if you can see, the roots have come out of the bottom, and I don't want to break them. So you got to be careful pulling it up with lava rock. Overall, pretty decent root system. There we go. So that's what we want. We don't want the stem all black and moldy or anything. At this point, you could pot this up into soil, and you would keep it in the shade for about 2 weeks, and just make sure that it gets watered a lot. And then this will grow into new plants. I've already potted up about 10 or so this year. In the aquaponics right now, the leaves are kind of yellow. Once you pot them, they turn green, probably because there's better nutrients and everything in these plant pots. So they'll go like that for about 2 weeks in the shade, and then you can do whatever with them. Also wanted to show the Perlite System. So this bed has it has the regular lava rock system, but we also have these pots that are full of perlite, and I've explained it in the previous videos a while back. But basically the bottoms of these huge pots have lava rock in them, and then where the water level is, I transition to perlite. So like this one has maybe a foot or so of perlite, and it seems like I'm getting less dead cuttings this year. So what I'm going to try and do is get more perlite for these totes, and I'm going to replace this wicking bed, or this deep water bed, with totes, and I'll just do the same thing as this. I'll put rock at the bottom, perlite, and just do kind of half perlite, half lava rock, and see what does better in each. The hydrangeas just seem to do really well. You can kind of tell if something is ready to go. If it gives way like that, it's really easy. It obviously hasn't rooted. Let's see if I can find anything. These are grapes, actually. I thought I had one somewhere. Okay, so this one. I can barely pull it up, and I don't want to break it too much. But it is rooted as well. And I'm probably going to stick this one back in because it doesn't have that many roots. We want a nice clump of them, but you can see just by wicking up water through the perlite, elderberry will root out pretty well. Same with blackberry and hydrangea. So that is the overview of elderberry today, kind of what's going on in the middle of June. Thanks for watching.